Yes, sir, it's all over.
Yes, we survived.
Championship round, it was absolutely madness, especially in the open section. We knew what happened in the women's.
Right.
Carissa wins it, but still we had some intriguing games in that one. Fight
Yes.
for the second, fight for the podium,
was great.
fight for the World Cup qualification spot.
Indeed.
But we should start with the open. I mean,
Yeah.
all the action was in the open.
For
Which
me-
one would you like to start?
Yeah, for me, I would just say, stepping back for a moment, I have seen so many final rounds, final championship rounds, just fizzle.
Yeah.
Like, you before the round, this could happen, that could happen, that could happen. Then nothing happens.
Yeah.
And it's just a total fizzle and everybody's disappointed. That was the opposite. Everything that we would hope for, we got.
Yes.
We got. And we'll start obviously with Fabi. Fabi had destiny in his hands. He wins the tournament. End of story. But he came out of the opening out of balance position. Then he got a little something something, and then it was back to a balanced position, and then suddenly
But it felt
when
from the beginning that it was a balanced position in which he was the one pressing. He was the one dictating the action. Like it felt like Sam Shankland was on the receiving end. He was reactive. He was reacting to whatever Fabiano was throwing at him.
I don't know. I don't see it that way. Seriously, I looked at the position after Rook H5, and I really was expecting Sam to follow up with moves like G5, push the bishop away, Knight E5, and tell me who's reacting.
You wanted
when-
to see an attack coming
I
from Sam's,
wanted to see the attack.
Sam's side. It
But-
never came.
Yeah, but the thing was, while that game was in balance, one game, Awonder Liang was cruising. I mean, he was a big advantage. At one moment, maybe he should have just played G4, G5, shutting down the king side, moving all of his attention over to the queen side, playing for C4, and Lanier, as he confessed in the interview, he thought he was in trouble.
Let's take it one step
Backwards?
backwards.
Let's do it, okay?
Liang started with 1A3.
That
I've never
was
seen this in a
hilarious.
long time. I've never seen this in a championship round
Me
at the
either.
2750 rating level to start with 1A3.
No, me either.
That's some balls right there. I
well,
mean, we're not on the broadcast. We can call it as we see it.
well,
some
yeah.
balls right
The strange way of putting it is Awonder's success with the black pieces in this tournament just stands out.
Yes.
I mean, no, seriously, it's extraordinary. Correct me. I think he scored like 4 out of 5 or maybe
He did
3.5
really
out of
well.
5 with the black pieces.
And he was getting better position against the best players, against the best prepared players. Fabi,
Right.
Wesley, he got a better position with the black pieces.
So it's almost like he said, okay, I'm going to play A3. I'm going to play the black pieces, do something. Now, for Lanier, who's a 1, E2, E4 player, as white, why he didn't play E7, E5 will remain a mystery for me for some time. I mean, okay, you play E5 and the guy plays E4, and I'll play some variation as white where A2, A3 is not a meaningful move, and you will play for equality as white, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
didn't happen. But boy, a wonder. Sadly, throughout the whole tournament, he was playing without, let's say, ambition. Great ambitions, anyway. As he confessed, he would like to make all draws and run away.
I don't know if I
But-
believe him.
I know,
I don't know if I
know,
believe him.
I know. But at one moment, he started to say, wait a minute, I'm in here with a shout.
Oh, yes. Oh,
I could
yes.
win the U.S. championship. When will I have this opportunity? Remember, he qualified from the U.S. Open. So he was quite the underdog, and he thrilled us.
Yeah.
He really did.
He really played a great tournament.
And Fabi
Very
singled him
confident.
out
Very
as
confident.
well in his interview, post game interview. Fabi said, "Looking good there, guy."
Absolutely, and he said he wanted to do it in his own way. He wanted to perform at his best, but in his own way. Not preparing, because he was, even Fabiano was mentioning on the broadcast, Awonder was mostly doing homework. He was in the lobby with Carissa doing homework.
Right.
Before and after the round.
Exactly.
He wasn't really preparing while everybody else was spending a lot of hours preparing, but in the end, it worked for him.
Chicago School of Economics, they get their pound of flesh,
Yeah.
as they would say. And yeah, he was working very, very, very hard, which really makes his result even that more spectacular.
Precisely.
To literally carrying a second job. Now, having said that, we'll move to the next game. Sam Sevian and
But
sorry.
let's stay on that one just a second.
Awonder
Let's
still?
talk about Lanier, because Lanier started with half out of 3.
Like Ray Robson too. I think Ray was at one moment -2
Yes. And right now, both of them tied for second place
with a +1
alongside
result.
a lot of other people. But still, +1, that's not bad.
No, that's a fantastic come from behind. To finish +3 in the second half for both those players, they'll take it. Because at one moment they were in the abyss.
Yeah.
They're at -2 and they're thinking to themselves, well,
How am I winning a game?
how am I going to win a game? You know, like, this is terrible.
I only need one game.
And look, sometimes when it goes bad, it goes really bad. Like
Yeah.
everything falls off. So for them to come back to +1, that's really, you know, something they can be proud of, actually.
Sam Sevian versus Hans Niemann.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You know, that was a remarkable game in the sense, the accuracy of the play that
It was
those
very high.
two are
Very
really,
high.
really good players. I mean, my goodness, I was really impressed. It finished in a draw, but you had the feeling that a lesser grandmaster would have lost against
yes. Oh,
either
yes.
of them. You know,
I want to give props to firstly Sam Sevian for what I would call it the best piece of preparation that we've seen in this
Fantastic.
tournament.
Yeah.
Just incredible preparation with the white pieces in the Gioco piano.
Yep.
But I also want to give props to Hans for defending what looked like a very difficult position
Yeah.
with your opponent blitzing out. You can lose confidence, you make a blunder immediately, you lose the game.
Right.
Very easy.
right.
It has
The
happened to
preparation.
me many, many times, and to pretty much everybody.
Me as well, especially. I wanted
Kept
to say.
his cool,
Yep.
defended, in fact even had a slightly better position
Mhm.
at one point.
Mhm.
In the end, fizzled out into a draw.
He missed knight d7 when he played the move bishop d7. But what was really fun and remarkable for me was when Sam included the move bishop h4, rook g5 came immediately. And if the bishop had stayed on g3 and you'd played that move knight to c4 with all of those attacks,
Bishop
and the
d5 first,
bishop
c6 provoking
right,
c6, and now knight c4.
It's beautiful. Oh, the bishop on g3. I have a feeling that might have been
That would have
one
been
of the
close
games.
to decisive. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
almost the game of the tournament too, because the bishop on g3 is doing so well. Seriously, again, the last round of the U.S. Championship, in principle, does not have as much content as this one did, and that's just those 3 games. Think of Mishra and Wesley. Neither player getting a win. And then suddenly Mishra having this monster knight on f5.
Tried until the end.
Wow.
Tried until the end. Wesley so
Almost
once again
won.
showed great tenacity in the
He
defense.
did, he
on the
did.
defense. Women's, to finish it off,
Yeah.
obviously,
All
Carissa
props
versus
to Carissa.
Alice.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew Carissa is the champion already, but
Yep.
there was still a big fight for second place.
Truly.
Alice with the black pieces chose to play the Petrov. In my opinion, she shouldn't have. If I would have been her coach, I would have told her, hey, you need to win this one. Because seeing Begim with the white pieces against Tatev just lost against Irina Krush.
Right.
Devastated.
Right. She dropped the pawn on e7.
Devastated.
That's right.
I'm feeling that Begim is probably going to put a lot of pressure on Tatev.
Oh, good.
So I'm not feeling very safe with my tie breaks right now
Right.
at that point, if I'm in Alice's shoes. She played the Petrov. Carissa was like, okay, I'll take it. We'll exchange the queens. We'll make a draw. I go home.
Right.
Get some ice cream.
Right.
I think both of them actually went.
they
got ice cream
really
together.
did. True that.
Begim took advantage of that in an absolutely crazy looking French.
Right.
With bishop a5. The pawns for white a6, b5, c6. Pawns for black f6, e5, d4. What was that pawn structure?
I didn't see that coming at all. That was remarkable. But one of the funny things about the move g5, it provoked knight takes g5, and then I think Tatev had an opportunity for a6.
Yes.
She could have come out of the opening with a pretty clean advantage with the black pieces. So her opening choice basically paid off nicely, only it was chaos at the end.
Congratulations to everybody involved. Beautiful,
Of
very strong,
course.
very competitive US Chess Championships. Yasser, as always, a pleasure. Thank you very much for doing this.
Of course. No, my pleasure. Thank you to Kate, yourself, and Anastasia, because, you know, capturing those guys, as you know, it's not so easy to grab these chess players. They're
Absolutely.
fast. They
Absolutely.
run. They get to the hotel. They want to see their games. But thank you.
Absolutely, and
Thank you to the viewers.
Another thing, when are we going to see your YouTube channel start?
Huh? What?
We need a YouTube channel for
What?
you.
Huh? What?
Okay,
What?
We'll chat about it later. We'll chat about it later. I have some ideas for you.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
guys want to see Yasser on YouTube?
No. Comments. Thumbs down. 4 thumbs down.
Let us know what you think. We'll see you tomorrow. We have a lot of podcast episodes with guests set up. I think we're going to stay here in St. Louis for the next couple of days filming with some really cool
Hey man,
guests.
Gary's in town. Judith's in town.
Oh my
Luis
goodness.
is in town.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. See you in the next one.
Bye bye.